In this video, we are going to see that uh, what issue you may get while uh, using this client application and how to overcome from those problems. So for that, what we are going to do that I'm going to access the EasyNAMClient with the Chrome browser. Once you access this, and let's go and try to download the OAuth endpoint. So when I clicked here and I click to show hide endpoints, I don't see any information. So you may see for some time that you are not seeing any information. So what you can do, you go to the developer tools 12, and here you can see the error why it is failing. So you can say the error says error cert common name invalid. This is basically the same error if I access this from browser. Error cert common name valid. But in case of browser, you can click on the advanced and you can basically proceed to the next options. But in this application, you cannot do that. It just fails here and doesn't do anything after this. So this is not only the single certificate error. When you talk about this error, this basically says check about this error. So this error basically talks about the um, hmm, subject alternative name missing. So if you are using a certificate which doesn't have the alternative name, you can get this error from the Chrome. And also, if your certificate is also not provided by the well-known CA, in many cases when we use the best systems, we use the certificates provided by the internal NAM CA. So in that case also you will get the certificate issues. So to overcome this kind of certificate issue, what you can do, you can use the EasyNAMClient with the NAM system which have a, a certificate which is generated by a well-known CA. But I know that in the testing we cannot make sure that we will always have those kind of certificates. So to overcome this problem, what you can do, you can start Fiddler, and Fiddler will take care of this. So when you start Fiddler, and if you go and do the get OAuth points, it will bypass this error. Now using of the Fiddler is, I would suggest to use Fiddler all the time, because this EasyNAMClient is a tool to learn about the OAuth and the different REST API which NAM supports. So the best thing for learning would be if you can click on the requests and see what the request is going and what is the response provided by the NAM server. If we can check that, then this will really help to understand the different OAuth endpoints and how you can get the token, what parameter you send to get the token, what parameter you send to get the token, and what are the different fields sent by the NAM when you access the user info endpoint. So basically you can capture the request and response and understand the complete flow. So I would suggest to use Fiddler not only to overcome the certificate issue, but also to learn uh, about the different NAM REST endpoint. So this is one of the issue you will get. Another issue which you may get is issue related to course, CORS. So almost we NAM is supporting multiple endpoint with course. So multiple endpoints are course enabled, but still there are some REST endpoint which are not course enabled. So if you use this application, probably you will get some issue accessing them. Suppose, for example, if I go here and go to IDP monitoring and make a request. So when I do a request, I can see nothing is here. And if you see in the console or in the developer tool, you can see no access control allow origin header is present on the requested resource original. Uh, so for this, uh, you what you can do, you can install a Chrome extension which is called course toggle. What course toggle does, it will disable the course from your client side. So right now this client is not making any request to the web server. It's making the request. Let's see this. It has made the request to the web server, it got the response, but browser is not letting this client application to show those options because of the course. So what you can do, you can enable this toggle, make it green, and then access. Once you do that, you would be able to see everything here. So this extension is basically, you can go and check about it. Course toggle extension adds access control, allow origin, access control, allow method, access control. That's for course. So using this Chrome extension, and by toggling, you can bypass that error. Now, using the course in the browser is enabling the course in the browser is not good, because you are not going to only use EasyNAMClient. You are going to access the different website, which some of them will be secure, some of them will be not secure. So the idea is toggle it only when you are using the EasyNAMClient. When you are not using EasyNAMClient, just disable it, so that your other browser, you can access only those websites which supports the course. Yeah, so these are the two issues you may get, and this is the option you can overcome from the situation. Uh, for I was telling about the certificate issue, that you need to start the Fiddler, or you have to use a system which has a valid certificate, the certificate issued by well-known CA. So what I'm do, I will go and disable the Fiddler here, and I try to access endpoint, and I'll get the same error again with the certificate. If you see here, uh, yeah, so you can see error cert common name invalid. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a server which has the valid certificate. So that server is click on this, and click here. You're getting all the information, so you need not to use fiddler in this case.